again, and welcome to the new weekly extended bulletin from Haverhill UK News, brought to you by Haverhill TV. In the news for today, Wednesday, November the 20th, work has begun on putting together a master plan for Haverhill Town Centre. Haverhill is likely to be awash with poppies next year to commemorate the beginning of the First World War. And the switch on of the town's Christmas lights this year will happen on Family Christmas Night, before the big firework display. One Haverhill, the joint partnership that brings organisations and resources together in the town, has begun work on a draft town centre plan for Haverhill as part of the Vision 2031 master plan. Vision 2031 sets out a plan to guide the overall direction of how and where St Edmundsbury Borough will grow and change. It's part of the Borough Council's local plan, which establishes where development will take place across the borough over the next 20 years. Once adopted, the documents will be part of the statutory planning policy for the borough. The Town Centre Master Plan will form part of the Vision 2031 document to guide the planners in what Haverhill wants in its town centre for the future. And a workshop took place at Haverhill Leisure Centre last week, at which organisations represented on the One Haverhill board came together to take the first steps towards producing a draft document which will act as a starting point for consultation with residents. It's expected the draft plan will be ready to go to public consultation in spring next year. St Edmundsbury Council estimates the population of Haverhill will grow to 35,000 by 2031, which is about the number of people who currently live in Bury St Edmunds. Haverhill traditionally has had a younger population, but this is changing. And Sarah Howard, chairman of One Haverhill board, said it appeared to be the perfect project for One Haverhill to be involved with, as it is relevant to every single person and business in the town, and they hoped as many people and businesses would share their ideas with them as possible. She said everyone wanted a bigger variety of high street retail shops, but they also wanted to support local traders, and town centres were also traditionally places for socialising, for meeting with friends, for enjoying culture and entertainment, for housing, for business, and a focal point for the community. One Haverhill will be using similar innovative consultation techniques to those it used for the Haverhill community budget last year. This will involve consulting with residents, but also businesses and retailers in Haverhill. And last week's workshop looked at what makes a successful town centre, at aspirations for the town, historic issues, accessibility, the amenities, attractions, and how space can be adapted. One Haverhill's early discussions will be summarised at a meeting of the Haverhill Area Working Party this week. Nevertheless, One Haverhill itself will continue to meet in private. The decision was taken at last week's meeting by a narrow margin of 10 to 7 with 4 abstentions. Debate has been ongoing since One Haverhill was formed in 2011 on whether its board meetings, held every other month, should be open to the public. The organisation does not control a budget and makes no direct decisions on public money held by the local authorities. Chairman Sarah Howard said One Haverhill was a catalyst, an enabling organisation where ideas were discussed with different public and private sectors organisations in the town represented. It was not a council meeting. She said there had been some very healthy debate about the issue. Understandably, some council elected members had been pushing for public meetings as this is what they're used to, but the majority view was that these were working meetings and as such would not benefit from change. The issue is to be revisited annually by the board. Haverhill is likely to be turned red with poppies next year as a way of marking the centenary of the start of the First World War. The Town Council is buying 5,000 packs of poppy seeds to be distributed to residents, schools and Haverhill in bloom to sow where they wish. And the poppy was chosen as a symbol of remembrance partly because it grew in the war-torn fields of Flanders where pretty well nothing else would, so it is likely to flourish in all areas of the town, however barren. One snag which might arise is Suffolk County Council's programme of grass maintenance, which could result in many plants being cut down before they flower, unless specific areas of public land are agreed on. Poppies will be included in the Town Council's planters throughout the town, which are managed by the biggest company nationally which cares for town flower displays. Haverhill Town Council is apparently the first in the country to come up with the idea, which the company is now working on with them. A variety of events are being planned to mark the centenary as well during 2014, and the Council's Flag Festival, which had to be postponed this year, may be expanded to incorporate the poppy symbol. Directors of the Castle Partnership Academy Trust have agreed in a recent meeting to formalise the positive relationship they currently have with St Mary's Church in Haverhill Town Centre. The academies already enjoy varied input from the church in celebrations, support with RE and by sharing facilities. The affiliation will recognise that link and is the first formal acknowledgement of a whole range of ways in which the Castle Partnership Academy Trust engages with the local community, which is a cornerstone of the Trust principles. Students and staff from all faiths are welcome, and they encourage every member of the community to celebrate their diversity. Madeleine Vigard, principal of the Castle Partnership, said they introduced the idea of taking time to reflect very early in her time at Castle Manor. And this idea still existed in all their assemblies, and the respect they each had for one another extended to their very high expectations. These weren't exclusively Christian principles, but they complemented each other very well, she said. It is hoped that church support through this public affiliation will encourage more church families in the Haverhill area to consider sending their youngsters to the Castle Partnership Academies to benefit from the high standards and broadly Christian ethos. Crime. And police in Haverhill are appealing for witnesses after a garage was burgled last week. The incident occurred between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. on Friday at a property in Gainsborough Road. The garage door was forced open and a grey Man's Carrera Vengeance mountain bike was stolen from inside. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to contact PC Matt Egan at Haverhill Police Station on 101 or Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. And police are appealing for witnesses after a daytime burglary in Haverhill. And this occurred between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, November the 12th, at a house in Cambridge Way. The thieves got into the property and then stole a small amount of cash and jewellery, including a chain-link bracelet. Anyone who witnessed any suspicious activity in the area or who has any information about this crime is asked to contact DC Jamie Adams at Bury St Edmunds Priority Crime Team on 101 or Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. But police have charged a man in connection with a recent burglary in Withersfield Road. A 24-year-old man arrested on suspicion of burglary after a break-in at a property in Wickenbrook last Thursday has been charged in relation to that incident and also been charged with 5 further counts of burglary and 1 count of criminal damage. Patrick Burke from the Bury St Edmunds area was charged for a burglary occurring in Boyden Close, Wickenbrook on Thursday, along with further burglaries this year at Thorns Close, Wickenbrook on October the 22nd, in Withersfield Road, Haverhill on October the 28th, the Thorns, Wickenbrook on October the 31st, and 2 burglaries in Essex on May 23rd, occurring at properties in Billericay and Basildon. He was also charged with criminal damage in relation to an incident at Bury St Edmunds Police Investigation Centre on Friday. Burke appeared at South East Suffolk Magistrates Court on Saturday morning, where he is remanded in custody to return to court at a date to be confirmed. An 18-year-old woman from Basildon, who was arrested on suspicion of burglary, also in relation to the incident at Wickenbrook on Thursday, has been bailed to return to Bury St Edmunds Police Investigation Centre on Wednesday, December the 18th, pending further inquiries. Sport. And Haverhill Rovers went down to their second 1-0 defeat in a row at Felixstowe on Saturday. After a goalless first half, Felixstowe and Walton took the lead with 15 minutes to go, and then Rovers had both the Abbott brothers sent off, so the hosts were able to hold on easily against 9 men to take the points. On Saturday, they entertained Mildenhall with a 3 p.m. kick-off. Haverhill Rugby Club First 15 lost at home to Hadley 39-17 on Saturday. Next Saturday, they travel to Thurston for a 3 p.m. kick-off. And finally, Christmas lights designed by children from all 7 Haverhill primary schools will form a key part of a new extended Christmas lights display in Haverhill Town Centre this year. Haverhill Town Council took advantage of a special scheme called Creative Kids, which gives communities a chance to input into the annual illuminations, and so children from the town's primary schools submitted simple Christmassy designs, and 1 student from each school has had their sketch made into a simple but effective Christmas light. Town Clerk Will Austin said the finished designs were great fun and would be put up on the lamp posts in the market square along with new lights decorating the trees near St Mary's Church. He said the council felt rightly proud of the lights in the town, which were a match for many larger towns and formed an important part in attracting people to the centre over the Christmas period. In a change to previous years, the Christmas lights switch on will form part of the annual family Christmas night on Friday, December the 6th. While the High Street and Queen Street lights will be on for the start of the celebrations, the lights on the tree and the market square will be switched on at 6:30 p.m. by none other than Snow White herself. Katie Bass, who will be playing Snow White in Haverhill Arts Centre's pantomime, will be joined by students from the schools as their designs are lit up. Event organiser Nick Keeble said they were hoping that by having the lights at 6:30 p.m. and the fireworks at 8 p.m, more people would come down to the town earlier and stay around for longer than they had in recent years. There'll also be the usual assortment of charity stalls, fairground rides, street entertainers, and shops and businesses staying open for late night shopping. The street entertainers will have a Christmas lights theme, and the evening will finish with the fireworks. Town Council is also looking for a few more performers who sing or play acoustically or to backing tracks to provide entertainment during the evening. Ideally, this is suited to individual performers or duos. If you're interested, please contact Nick Keeble on 01440 712 858 or email nick.keeble@haverhill-tc.gov.uk. That's all for today, but join us again next week. And meantime, keep in touch by going to www.haverhill-uk.co.uk or following us on Twitter. And don't forget my weekly Heart of the Matter video blog on Saturday. Meanwhile, here is the weather for the next 7 days.